Hey, what's up guys? Jake here with Success Motors. I've got a walk around video for you guys today. Man, I have a really cool Ford Excursion. This Excursion is the right rig for somebody. So if you're interested, watch this video in its entirety. I'm gonna go underneath it, I'm gonna go in it, all around it, I'm gonna drive it, I'm gonna tell you about the history, everything that's been done to it, so that if you're out of state, or if you're just out of College Station, you'll know whether it's worth your time to drive here, or if you're out of state, you'll know if this is the type of vehicle that it's worth flying down for, or perhaps handling the transaction completely electronically, which we can do, and we can actually handle this thing through DocuSign as far as the paperwork goes, and we can get this thing delivered to your door. But nonetheless, let me hop out of the way. Again, my name is Jake. I'm the owner-operator of Success Motors, and we lead the country in Ford Excursion sales of all things. Kind of crazy. So we got quite a few rigs, and this is one that happens to be very nice. This is the right rig for somebody. It's a very unique rig. It's priced right, and man, it's got a great history, great service history, and it has a ton of stuff done to it, guys. This motor is far from stock. It is built. It has had a, not built for tons of power, but built to be mechanically reliable, which, you know, the 6.0 sometimes gets a bad rep, but if a lot of the things have been, I actually like stock 6.0s, but it gets even better if you go through and do a lot of the things that have been done to this one, like head studs, etc. But I'm gonna walk around it from a distance just so you can kind of get an idea for it. Then I'll get up a little bit closer to it and I'll tell you more about it. But it's a 2005 Ford Excursion Limited 6-liter Powerstroke diesel. And guys, this one is actually a 2-wheel drive. So I know it looks like a 4-wheel drive because it's got a little bit of a lift on it, but it's actually a 2-wheel drive. And if you're honest with yourself, like 90% of us do not need a 4-wheel drive. And this one looks the part. It's got a really, a newer lift. It's got a 6-inch Fabtech lift. I'll show you up underneath it here in a minute. It's got new Bilstein shocks. It's got new tires. Guys, this thing rides really, really good. So I always make the argument that the 2-wheel drive rides better than the 4-wheel drive. And that is the case even with this one having been lifted. But it's the super popular Pueblo, I think it's called Pueblo Gold color. It has of course it's the 05, so it gets you the unique billet grille and the painted to match bumpers, etc. It's running a beautiful set of the 16-inch wheels. Those look so, so good. But let me actually show you a list of things that have been done to this before we get really into the condition element and stuff, because I want to show you this, guys. This is not your run-of-the-mill Excursion. This has had a ton of work done to it. So this one has, I believe, right at 220,000 miles. We'll have to confirm that in just a minute. But in the last 50,000 miles, all this stuff has been done. So it's got ARP head studs, it's got the EGR delete, it's got, man, the wind is crazy. ARP head studs, EGR delete, the injectors have been done, standpipe, dummy plug, O-rings, nipple cup seals, bulletproof diesel oil cooler, final charge coolant flush. It's got new batteries, front AC fan. It's got a red head steering gear. The valve cover gaskets were replaced. The oil pan seal was replaced. The rear main seal was replaced. New head gaskets, dowel pins and heads, front cover gasket, SCT fittings. It has a new ICP and IPR sensor, alternator, PCM. The FICM's been replaced. Got a fan clutch, a new fan clutch. Coolant filter has been replaced. It has the blue spring kit. It's got new front and rear shocks, front and rear brake pads, new tires. It also has the blue wire mod, center or Canter drag link, steering stabilizer, thermostat, and it has rear airbags. That was a mouthful. That was a lot to say, but I knew I would forget something if I didn't say it, guys. So this is not your run-of-the-mill Ford Excursion. So again, it's an 05. It's built to be reliable. It runs phenomenal. It's fully bulletproofed. I mean, fully bulletproofed. Head studs is just the start. But when you get to the upgraded oil cooler, you get the DGR delete, you get the new FICM. Guys, this thing has the majority, if not all, of the elements that are required to be considered fully bulletproof. Guys, completely rust-free, Southern truck, no accidents, really hard to beat this Excursion. Interior is in phenomenal condition. Of course, you got your power seats. Let's slip this in the console so that it'll blow away. Power seats. These seats have been reupholstered, so they're in like new condition. But you can see up there, you can even see all the interior bulbs have been upgraded to LEDs. None of those guys are broken. Headliner is clean. It does have the steering wheel out of a Navigator, so it's got the wood grain steering wheel. It does have the Edge SET, I guess, live wire monitor. By the way, oil temperature and coolant temperature stays within like a 5-degree delta. Again, it is an 05, so you get the black bezel with the more tan interior. You know, you get the same thing over here, black with a nice unique wood trim. You've got the memory seats. Of course, no rust anywhere. Rust likes to hide in these things, guys. So if you're not buying this one, but you're just looking at what to look for, you got to be sure to check the rockers, and you got to be sure to check in there, because rust hides in there. There's the VIN plate for all of you guys who are curious. It does have a trailer brake controller, stock radio, stock stereo, you know, head unit, etc. Second row, it does have the bench, very clean. This has not been reupholstered. This is all original. Feels nice, feels soft. It's got your Ford floor mat. Carpets are clean. Floor mats are clean. Guys, this rig is very clean. Headliner is clean. It does have your infotainment center. I'm not sure if the DVD player works. I never checked those, but it does have it. Of course, this door panel is clean as well. And again, of course, no rust anywhere in this rig. You can see carpets are clean even back there on the third row, and that third row seat is very clean. It does have a really cool, I believe this is a $2,500 rack up here. Roof's in great condition, paint's in great condition, all the seals and everything look great. I would assume this thing has been garage kept, but yeah, this rack comes off. You can see it's just fixed right there, and it's actually attached into the main like Ford roof rails. It's not something weird and sketchy, so it could be removed if you didn't like it, but man, I honestly kind of like it. Tires are Toyo Open Country size 315/75 R16s. Guys, these were just replaced. These tires are in next to new condition. Let's see here, I'm showing you the interior right now, and then I'll close the doors to show you the exterior. Back here, I do have a spare tire that comes with it. I just took it out for the picture because it doesn't fit here, so it's sitting right here. But you can see headliner is all clean. Again, the lights have all been changed to LED bulbs. And then underneath the floor mat here, the carpets are in extremely good, clean condition. This WeatherTech floor mat's a little bit dirty, but underneath it, the carpets are really clean. Both doors do open, which you can see. And then again, it does have the Ride Right rear airbags by Firestone, and that's where you would inflate those puppies there. Of course, again, no rust anywhere, and all the tires were replaced at the same time, and the wheels are all the same. If you have any questions, guys, give me a call, 979-202-1948. Really cool Ford Excursion. If you don't need a four-wheel drive, this is the absolute very next best thing. Again, headliner is clean. Interior is like a really strong 9.5 out of 10. I mean, maybe a 10 out of 10. It's hard to deduct for anything. The seat, I mean, it is 20 years old, but the seats are in great condition. This does not look like a 20-year-old vehicle. All your door panels are in good condition. All your rockers look the same. Just exquisite, guys. Again, both front seats have been reupholstered, so they are in brand spanking new condition. They are power, they do work. Do have the original owner's manual. It's just not in it right now. It's over there on my desk. Dash is free of any cracks. Windshield is free of any major cracks. Might have a star right there in the middle that's been repaired, but it doesn't have anything significant there. Carpets are all super clean. It's got these floor mats everywhere. Man, really, really hard to beat it, guys. This one is absolutely beautiful. Let me show you underneath. I want to show you the rocker. So rocker is as clean as you're going to find, guys. This is absolutely pristine, money, stellar up underneath here. As I mentioned, it's got a 6-inch Fabtech lift, and it was done right and done recently. So it's got the coilover conversion. Or I guess not. That's not necessarily a coilover conversion, but that's just the Fabtech lift. You can see the new Bilstein shock under there. You can see the radius arms there. Everything looks great. No leaks, guys. This has been sitting on the same spot on my concrete floor for a week or two now, and it does not have any leaks. Again, tires are all good. Now check out the motor again. I said a lot, and it's all just defer to that sheet of paper I went over. But you can see the bypass filter. You can see these have been changed. You can see these boots have been changed. You can see it's got aftermarket intake. You can see the batteries were replaced October of 24. You can see the head studs down there and the FICM right there. You can see the lack of EGR. Guys, this is a beautiful engine bay. Like I said, well sorted truck. Everything was done not necessarily for performance and like, you know, blowing black smoke or doing anything crazy, but it was done for reliability. Very, very nice rig. Let me close all the doors. I'm even gonna close the hood so I can walk around and give you an idea of what it looks like with everything closed. 2005 is my favorite year. Pueblo Gold is my favorite color. 16-inch steel wheels, my favorite wheels. I guess those might be aluminum wheels, but they are epic. This thing is an epic looking rig. If you have any questions, like I said, give me a call, 979-202-1948. I do expect this to go pretty quickly. Like I mentioned, if you're not in College Station, hopefully this video suffices to make, you know, for whether you want to make the trip down here, or if you're out of state, hopefully this is sufficient for you to decide if it is worth the flight or trying to get this thing handled, the whole thing electronically. We can deliver this straight to your door. All right, on the exterior, as you can see with the doors closed, I also forgot to mention it's got aftermarket headlights and tail lights. Thing looks sick. All right, let's get a little bit closer to it now for a full-fledged just condition. Of course, it's not perfect, but the paint is very nice. No clear coat flake, no oxidation, and really just, you know, some rock chips and, you know, little scrapes and things that have been repaired. But man, overall, really nice. Got a little crack right here in this valance. This gets sun-baked and it looks like it's cracked right there. It does have your aftermarket tow mirrors. Maybe a little like a rock chip or something right there. But man, overall, I would rate this exterior to be, you know, really good, strong 8.5 to 9. I mean, it's a really nice exterior, especially from the quality of paint. They're hard to find in good condition, guys, and if you've been looking for any amount of time, you know they're hard to find. So to find them in good condition, rust-free, good history. Carfax on this shows that it's been maintained really well over the years. It spent a lot of time, if not most of the time, at a Mack Hike Ford, so it was serviced in a Ford dealership. It does have 2 scratches. Those are down to metal, and I would say about 12 to 15 inches long right there. Those are down to metal, so I would get some touch-up paint and fix that if I was you. But again, overall, man, all we saw really were those 2 scratches and a couple of rock chips. The passenger side, very clean. Like I said, does have an aftermarket tail light and an aftermarket matching third brake light. Couple of little scrapes and scratches here. That was just some dried up water. A couple little rock chips and scratches and nicks and things right there. Does have your backup sensors. Does have a little dent right there. Just a little dent in that rear bumper. Over here we do have another scratch to metal. So I would recommend getting some touch-up paint. Touch that up. Overall, again, very minor. Got to keep in mind that these things are, you know, this one's 20 years old. Runs great and drives great. So we're gonna drive it here in just a second. The guy's tracked straight down the road. Great soft ride. Again, the 2-wheel drives tend to ride a little bit better than the 4-wheel drives. Window tint all around. New window tint on the front windows. And we haven't seen much, but just a few scratches, rock chips, scrapes, but you can see that paint is very reflective. No oxidation, even on the hood. Little dent right there. Hood is very clean. Grill and front bumper is clean. It's got a couple light scratches on the bumpers. A couple just light scratches, but no significant damage or anything. Everything looks really good up underneath here. Again, no leaks that I've seen, as this thing is top notch. All right, let's start it up. Man, it's hot out here. It was 103 degrees yesterday. All right, this is a relatively cold start. I just pulled it out of the garage is all. Still has the wait to start light. Fires right up, as you can see. Woo, it's hot. So it has 227,075.7 miles. AC does blow and blows cold. And you can see it's got the SCT Livewire tuner, or I guess monitor over there. I think we're running a mild toe tune right now. It's not set up in big power. It's not set up anything like that. Again, this rig was built for longevity, not for performance necessarily, even though it does still perform. This even works. Check that out, guys. Now, it doesn't flash. Just if you're new to the camera, cameras make these things look like they're flashing for some reason. This is not flickering. It works perfectly normal, which is a rarity. You got the stock stereo. Again, AC's blowing cold. All your windows work. Your locks work. AC's blowing cold. You can see the temperature gauge down there. It was down there towards the bottom right. It looks like coolant temp is at 116 right now. Engine temp 113. Again, this thing, we just started it. That was basically a cold start. No blow by. Nice little turbo whistle back here, but no smoke. Woo, sweating up a storm. Oh, we're gonna stay inside for a minute. All right, guys, like I said, 2005 Ford Excursion, limited 2-wheel drive. Be honest with yourself, you don't need a 4-wheel drive. Built motor, ARP head studs, bulletproof diesel oil cooler, EGR delete, new FICM. It is tuned. It's got the monitor on it, new injectors, all new gaskets and oil pan, head gaskets and oil pan gaskets, and I mean just everything that you would want done to a 6.0 has been done to this 6.0. And then it does still look the part because it's been lifted. It's got the Fabtech lift, and that's been done relatively recently. That's a newish lift with newish wheels and tires. I mean, guys, this thing is ready to rock and roll. I'm not aware of anything that doesn't work. No rust, no accident history, and it's lived in Texas its whole life. And I also have a stack of receipts with this one, guys. I've got a stack of receipts for the past like 10 years worth of work for this Excursion. And it was also just serviced with fuel filters and oil and all that good stuff, guys. By the way, you've probably seen that sitting there. That's an Excursion we have not listed yet. That is a nice 2002 7.3 that's gonna be getting listed here, hopefully this week, but maybe next. So stay tuned for the video on that rig. We're turned pretty sharp right now, and no tire rubbing. Again, this one does have the Navigator steering wheel, which feels like money in your hand. It's wood grain, which is nice. When I first saw one with it, I thought, what in the world? And I found out it's actually a pretty simple modification that you can make. But here we go. First shift was just perfect. Second shift, perfect. Guys, this thing shifts and runs great. Steering is tight. Again, it's got new shocks, new suspension, new tires, new brakes, and then it also has the red head steering box. So the steering is tight. And it's a 2-wheel drive, so they just ride and handle a little bit better than the 4-wheel drives. Nice place to be. AC's blowing cold. We're into 5th gear, running 55 miles an hour, about 1,600 RPMs. You can see no weird vibration, no weird looseness in the steering wheel. I was trying to show it. Well, I'll drive it for a second, and then I'll do a close-up on the live wire system here in a second. It's a 90-degree day. It looks like 91 degrees. Temperatures are climbing just like you would expect. Steering feels great. Accelerator pedal feels great. Man, if you guys, I'm gonna let the video go for just a moment longer. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. I've driven this thing actually quite a bit now. I've watched the gauges, I've watched the oil and coolant temperature, and at full temperature on a hot day, going on a highway at about 70, it gets up to about 190 on the coolant and oil temp, 190, 195, and the delta stays at about 5 degrees up there at the top. Steering is solid and sturdy, guys. I can't stress enough how good this Excursion rides and drives compared to other Excursions, and honestly compared to four-wheel drive Excursions. It's just a different experience. Guys, this one rides really, really well. Like I said, I want to show you this. So we're at 178 on the coolant temp. We're at 172 on the engine oil temp. You can see, well, everything that you want to see there. Battery voltage 13.5. Alternator's doing its thing, which it should be. That's been replaced. Guys, that's about how it looks all the time. The delta between the coolant temp and the oil temp is something you want to pay attention to on these 6.0s. That's why this one has had, you know, the Bulletproof diesel upgraded oil cooler, so it stays, everything stays like it should. All right, guys, the video has been 22 minutes right now. If you have any questions, like I said, give me a call. I don't think you'd be disappointed in this Excursion. It's one of the cleanest, best built two-wheel drive 05 6.0s that we've ever had. 227,000 miles on it, but runs and drives great. And then that whole laundry list of stuff was done in the last 50,000 miles. So guys, this thing should be ready to go for a long time. But anyway, hopefully I will talk to you very soon. God bless you and have an awesome week.